It is THG News Today with Mervin Hanley. Good morning, everyone. It is so great to be back after taking the Christmas and New Year holidays off. That break was much needed. The media industry demands an incredible amount of time and focus. For those of us who take this work seriously, it requires long, often ungodly hours that no one can truly repay us for. So that time to reboot and refresh was essential. That being said, we remained committed to keeping you informed during the holidays through our WhatsApp broadcast distribution. And if you're tuning in from anywhere in the world and would like to join our WhatsApp broadcast network, we'd love to have you. Simply send us a message, and it doesn't matter where you're from and where in the world you're at. Send us a message at 1-869-667-7443. That's 1-869-667-7443, and we'll get you connected. Now, let me take a moment to wish all a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. Before we dive into today's news, I have an important update to share. Moving forward, our news and commentary will be brought to you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That means we will no longer report from Monday through Friday, but instead focus on these 3 days each week. This change will allow us to serve you better, ensuring more effective reporting through proper research and preparation. I also want to remind our listeners and viewers once again that THG News Today with Mervin Hanley will never be all straight news. There are times I will also add my opinion or commentary to a news story. It will happen. Now and again, there will be someone who says, "You're supposed to only read the news." Who made that rule? In what book? I can only be my authentic self. And if I don't feel like sharing an opinion, I won't. But if I do feel like sharing one, I will. And if some folks can't appreciate that, well, THG Network is not the only network out there that you can listen to. And I say that with respect. Now let's get to the news brought to you the kindest sponsorship of the #1 bakery on the island of St. Martin. That's Carl & Sons Unique Bakery with 3 locations on that island at the St. Martin Medical Center, on the Ponfil, and in Coal Bay. Remember, folks, to subscribe to our channel if you have not done so already. Subscribe while you listen. Now, on to the news. And we reported over the weekend of a heartbreaking traffic accident that took place on Saturday, January 11th, near Ross University on the island of St. Kitts, claiming the life of an infant. The incident involved a collision between 2 motor vehicles. Emergency services responded swiftly to the scene, but despite their efforts, the infant succumbed to injuries sustained in the accident. Authorities have not yet disclosed the identities of the individuals involved in the tragedy. An investigation is currently underway to determine the circumstances and cause of the collision. More information will be shared as it becomes available. And this is such a heartbreaking tragedy. We will continue to encourage our people to be safe out there on the roads. Why are you in such a rush? And speaking of St. Kitts or Nevis, you can get anywhere on either island between 5 and 20 minutes, depending on the location. So why are you speeding? If you're late to something, okay, you're 5-10 minutes late. Why are you speeding? You know, sometimes I would read on social media where people are calling on the Lord and talking about there is some kind of demon over the country to be causing all these accidents. All of that may or may not be true. But what about just driving carefully on the roads? Then we won't have to come up with all sorts of theories and wonder what's happening. And I also hope that the baby was in a car seat. I really do hope that, because if that child wasn't, then someone should be charged with child endangerment. And I make no apologies for saying that. It's really heartbreaking, truly. Still on St. Kitts, in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terrance Drew, has hailed the significant reduction in homicides over the past 4 months as a testament to the resilience of the people and the effectiveness of the government's crime prevention strategies. Addressing recent false narratives, the Prime Minister called on citizens and stakeholders to celebrate the progress rather than spreading misinformation that undermines the nation's achievements. For the last 4 months, we have seen a dramatic decline in shootings and killings, over a 70% reduction compared to previous quarters. This could be one of the most significant improvements in the region, Dr. Drew said. It is a time to celebrate, especially for our young people who are choosing life over violence. Dr. Drew condemned efforts by some to misrepresent crime statistics and to spread negativity about St. Kitts and Nevis, referring to false claims of 10 unintentional homicides circulated on social media. He urged citizens to reject these misleading narratives. It is disheartening to see individuals and even media entities prioritizing negativity over truth. Imagine trying to convince the world that we have more homicides than we do, simply to push a political agenda. This behavior tarnishes the image of our country and undermines the strides we have made to foster peace and security, the Prime Minister stated. He extended gratitude to the nation's security forces and all stakeholders involved in the successful 90-day anti-crime campaign, which contributed to the substantial decline in violent crimes. The campaign is part of the government's broader citizen security strategy aimed at implementing sustainable programs to promote safety and harmony across communities. This achievement is a collective one, and we must continue working together to sustain this momentum. Whether you support this government or another political party, this is your country. It is imperative that we protect and uphold the dignity of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Prime Minister said. And I want to just repeat a line in this statement. Whether you support this government or another political party, this is your country. And so it is imperative that we protect and uphold the dignity of St. Kitts and Nevis, according to the Prime Minister. And that one stuck with me. And I do believe that we can argue each day and we can differ, we can have differences of opinion on the politics and even the governance. But I believe that we should celebrate this because it is moving in the right direction as far as the reduction of crime. And we should also celebrate that, not just to point out when there's a crime or rush to the scene of a crime and report all the negativity or the bad news, but we must also celebrate and broadcast that, hey, we're on the right path when it comes to crime reduction. Yeah. Now, let's continue with the news out of Antigua and Barbuda. The Minister of Health in Antigua addressed growing social media concerns about a reported virus outbreak during last Wednesday's cabinet meeting. According to official cabinet notes, the minister clarified that the World Health Organization has actively worked to dispel unfounded rumors about any new viral threats. The Ministry of Health continues to encourage all citizens and residents to safeguard their health, assured that there is no threat of a pandemic, the cabinet notes read. Recent international health reports have focused on an increase in the HMPV cases in China, while some media outlets have reported overwhelming hospital conditions. The World Health Organization has characterized the current infection rates as consistent with typical seasonal patterns. And finally, in our news this morning, out of the Commonwealth of Dominica, the police force has successfully destroyed more than $36.9 million worth of illegal drugs seized during the various operations. The destroyed drugs included marijuana, valued at over 3 million EC dollars, and cocaine worth more than $33 million, totaling $36,968,000. Most of these drugs were seized during the final quarter of 2024, though some were from earlier operations and concluded court cases. The destruction took place under the supervision of the Inspector of the Drug Department, Clinton Hilaire, who emphasized the police force's firm stance against illegal drug activities. In a public statement, the inspector issued a strong warning to drug traffickers, reaffirming the police's ongoing commitment to combating the illicit drug trade in the country. We will fight relentlessly to curb drug trafficking, the importation, the production, and all elements surrounding the illicit drug trade, the inspector stated. With the destruction of these illicit substances, the police force has reinforced its commitment to the safety and well-being of Dominica's citizens, sending a clear message to those involved in the illegal drug trade. With that, we've just concluded THG News Today right here on THG Network with Mervin Hanley. Do join us again on Wednesday morning for a similar presentation. The news, of course, was sponsored by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Martin. It's good to be back again, folks. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Arlinsons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years, and the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Arlinsons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Colbay and on the Punfill. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Punfill, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dalpuri. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.